What's up, everyone? My name is Duncan, and today I'm here with a video introducing the Boss SY-1000 and how it works with the RC505 Mark 1 or Mark 2, well, for loop station beatboxing. And yeah, hopefully this video would be particularly helpful for people who are thinking and wondering, like, which machine should I get as a second device with my RC505? And yeah, so I'll tell you how this machine works, what's good about it, what's not so great about it, and why you might want to get it, basically. So yeah, I think KBA was the first person to ever use this machine with with an RC505. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's one of the very first people who started using this as a second device, or at least he made this machine popular as an option to do that. And I'd say definitely check his stuff out. Search up KBA, follow his YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and yeah, check out his tracks, his on the SPX Kickback Battle. And yeah, he made some really beautiful music there. And there you can basically see what crazy sounds this machine can actually make. So yeah, that would be my introduction before going into the details of how this works. So yeah, the way the SY-1000 works is that there are three instruments. Let me zoom in so that you can see clearly. Yeah. So there are three instruments here and one normal input. So you can see only the normal input is turned on right now. The normal input, basically what it does is it just takes in whatever input you give it. Right now I'm just talking into it, talking into my mic, so normal input. And then it doesn't really filter it through. You can put effects on it. Like here I can just turn on, of course, turn on like a chorus effect. You can hear my voice changes. Turn on delay. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, basically normal input doesn't do the crazy synthesizer sounds. It just takes in whatever you give it and then puts it to output. The magic comes from the three instruments, which are actually synthesizers. So if you go into the edit of one of the instruments, you would see that you can choose different waveforms for the synthesizer. There is a filter, which has the normal cutoff, resonance. There's also a slope. There are different types of filters. There's an attack, there's depth, there's an amp, which you can amp up the attack envelope here. There are two LFOs, which are oscillators that can further edit your sound, further oscillate your sound, if that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, you don't really have to worry what all these do. You can search these up because they're actually really common in music production and sound design because it's a synthesizer and that's like a big part of sound design. So there's a second LFO. You can change the shape of it. There's a rate, different like depth, fade time, a lot of parameters, right? Then there's the sequencer. So the sequencer is the main reason most people get the SY-1000. So we can click into the sequencer and you can see the loop length can go up to 16. So once you have a note in your SY, you can basically alter it to 16 different notes. It can arpeggiate 16 different notes. It can be at a different rate. And the cool thing is you can also change the curve of the filter. So what that would do is, yeah, it changes the texture of your sound. So like for example, like this one with 3 spikes, whatever you want to call it, it's like dong dong dong, right? It sounds kind of stupid doing that, but that's literally how it goes, like dong dong dong. And then you can change the note. You can change the level as well, which means the volume of how high it can go, how low it goes. So now it just at the top it would go to 100 volume. At the bottom it just goes to no sound, which creates dong 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 effect. Right. So that's the sequencer is really powerful. It can do like a lot because of the fact that it has this curve function in. So it can create really crazy like textures with your sounds. And yeah, so there are 3 instruments and a normal input. The way you make these synth sounds, I think it's important to mention that the SY-1000 is completely voice triggered. And this might seem obvious for some people, but what I mean by that is that the SY does not have any auto tune, which means, yeah, you have to sing in the note at the right pitch. And then you assign one button as hold. So you hold the instruments so that the note sustains. So you go ah, sing in the right note, hold it so that the pitch sustains, and then you turn on the sequencer so that the note changes with the curve as like how you programmed it. And then the notes can, and that's how you form the whole crazy sound design and like form bass. You can form bass lines with that. You can form chord progressions, do a lot of crazy stuff. And there are lots of effects you can choose from. There are a few delays, like there's a chorus here, there's a compressor. And there are 3 effects of which you can edit. So you can choose different effects here. There are many effects, like, yeah. So I'd say that this machine has like a lot of capabilities for sound design, of which, yeah, you can just mess around with this and have a very long time just figuring out what things do. So yeah, then now I guess I will show you, I will demonstrate a little bit of how the whole holding the instrument and like starting the synthesizer thing works. Hopefully the example will help you all out. Let me zoom out first. Yeah. So for this patch, I just turn on normal input so I can talk. Now I'll turn to a different patch where the instruments are on. And then I'll show you how it works. So yeah, that is basically how you do it. You see that I had the tuner on, of which then my voice would be muted. I sing in the note that I want. I wanted C, so I sang C. I press hold so that the note sustains, and then I press the sequencer, which then changes the notes, which then we have this nice chord progression. So yeah. Then there are many patches you can use and just really just change and edit the instruments to however you want. You can even do this with like your drums. So you just open a new patch. You see, I have this one called kick. So my voice sounds a little different. Basically, the way I use this, I just do my normal inward kick in, and it sounds better. So yeah, the patch basically I designed it to have to make it punchier for the kick, has more lows, and yeah, then I do the same for hi-hats and snares. You can see I literally name it hi-hat and snare. And yeah, that's how you can make some really nice drums with this machine as well. You don't have to use like, oh, you don't have to press the loop station around with like different effects. You can just change to the patch you want, of which you can do what I did. You can name it kick, hi-hat, snare, and just go with it. So yeah, one other thing that this machine does really great would be bass lines. And specifically, yeah, I'll record another one for y'all, show you the drop, and you will see how it goes. So that will be what it sounds like. And then if I put it into context and have it built up and drop, I'll show y'all. It sounds like this. So I start with a little melody, and then I drop it. So yeah, you can really make crazy sounds with this machine. But as you see, every time I want to make a new sound, make a new synth sound with the sequencer and all, I have to sing in the right note and then press hold and then record it. So the bad thing about this machine, I guess, would be that it really takes a lot of time to record things, especially if you're doing a second drop. You kind of have to plan out time for that to be in. And yeah, but the great thing is that it sounds awesome. It's not hard to make it sound awesome. And yeah, I guess that would be my whole spiel about the great things and the not so great things about the SY. I made it a very long video. Sorry about that. But yeah, hopefully after this video, y'all know more about the SY, how it works, because I sure did not know all of this before I got the machine. Kind of had to learn along the way. But yeah, next tutorial, for the next video, I think I'll talk about how you plug everything in. And yeah, I'll definitely talk more about the SY and how you set it up, if you get it, and everything. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.